Hello on Wednesday for our Lent for Everyone video. This text from today about John the Baptist questioning and then Jesus bring around full circle to just to John the Baptist, bring it back to John the Baptist in the passage is a really an interesting one. I think this question that John the Baptist asked, we're kind of surprised by when we read it. John the Baptist seemed to be pointing the way to Jesus, and why in the world is he then asking if he's the one who's to come? And I think Wright gives us a nice answer on page 39 when he says that Jesus had been healing people, indeed announcing God's kingdom, but he hadn't marched on Jerusalem, and especially on Herod, and Herod was holding John the Baptist hostage and in prison. And so why would not the Messiah come to rescue John the Baptist, right? And I think that's a really interesting one. And then Jesus describes, all the work that he's doing, that this obviously is the work of Messiah. And then he says, "Blessed is the one who takes no offense at me," as kind of the close of that. Wright says, in other words, this is what the Messiah is supposed to look like. And if you were expecting something else, it's you that needs to adjust your picture. I think sometimes we expect the Messiah to look like something else, and it's us that needs to adjust our picture to what Jesus is, especially who Jesus is in the Gospels. Sometimes we've created a Jesus that one of my professors in seminary would say looks more like our own image than it does the Jesus who is in the Gospels. And that's why it's so important to spend time reading and reflecting on these passages. I think two places stick out to me in this. That first one, "And God bless you if you're not upset by what I'm doing," in verse 6, and then verse 12. "From the time of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven has been forcing its way in, and the men of force are trying to grab it." In other words, the kingdom of God is coming in a powerful way in Jesus. He says that since John the Baptist, it's coming, and that something new and powerful is happening in it, that is even greater than anything that John the Baptist was bringing in. Jesus predicts himself and calls himself the Messiah here. And yet the crowds don't get it. They don't understand. They say that John the Baptist was too serious and just a little bit too wild out there in the wilderness, not eating normal foods. And then the Son of Man comes and look at Jesus. He's a party boy, and he eats all the normal foods, and he doesn't seem holy enough for us. And so Jesus just has to move on and keep going with his ministry. Sometimes I think as Christian people, we need to keep moving on in our ministries. We need to keep going forward in the way in which God has called us to live. And sooner or later, folks will see it and follow. God bless you this day.